Welcome back to Read Poems Every Day. I'm going to take a break from a series of videos on a Donica Kelly poem, if only because today is a rather important day for me. It's the 5th anniversary of my father's death. So today I'm not going to do a long-form video or share thoughts about a new poem. Instead, what I'd like to do is read a poem I know quite well, and a poem that makes me think of not just my dad, but my grandfather, as well as some other important teachers I've had in my life. So, this is to say, I feel quite sentimental about this poem, which is sometimes okay, I think. But how, for me, as a literary critic, that sentiment, the attachment I have to the poem, is also attached to the way I read. So, here we go. Reading Seamus Heaney's poem, Digging. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests, snug as a gun. Under my window, a clean rasping sound when the spade sinks into gravelly ground. My father digging. I look down till his straining rump among the flower beds bends low, comes up 20 years away, stooping in rhythm through potato drills where he was digging. The coarse boot nestled on the lug. The shaft against the inside knee was levered firmly. He rooted out tall tops, buried the bright edge deep to scatter new potatoes that we picked, loving their cool hardness in our hands. By God, the old man could handle a spade, just like his old man. My grandfather cut more turf in a day than any other man on Toner's bog. Once I carried him milk in a bottle corked sloppily with paper. He straightened up to drink it, then fell to right away, nicking and slicing neatly, heaving sods over his shoulder, going down and down for the good turf. Digging. The smell, the cold smell of potato mold, the squelch and slap of soggy peat, the curt cuts of an edge through living roots awaken in my head. But I've no spade to follow men like them. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests. I'll dig with it. I don't need to go through my process of slowly getting to know this poem because I've gotten to know it before I developed my process. But I do think it's worth pointing out just a few things about the poem. For instance, the opening 2 lines do so much work. You have the enjambment that spills the sentence from one line to the next before coming to a hard stop. That's the caesura midline, the semicolon, and then a full stop after a rather shocking simile. Between my finger and my thumb, squat pen rests, snug as a gun. There's even some sonic qualities here that give a kind of integrity. And integrity, I don't mean like integrity, as in like having moral character. That's not necessarily what I mean, but a kind of integrity or um, I don't know, solidness or completeness to them. The repetition of my that kind of locates the object named in line two. The vivid description of the pen, right? I usually don't think of pens as squat, but it kind of, I don't know what, but squat is such a funny word to me. I'm not sure that was intended by Heaney or not, but it's a kind of unexpected adjective to describe a pen. Um, but then that squatness, the unexpectedness of squatness, kind of leads into again the sort of bang of a simile that Heaney gives us, snug as a gun. The simile also laced with assonance, the repetition of the U sound, snug gun, and an alliteration there of N and G, snug gun. What do we call that? A palindrome, palindromic pattern there. Might have to come back and fix that if I'm wrong about what a palindrome is. But then the whole movement of the poem, from the self outward to the father to the grandfather and back to the self, um, reminds me of the way other poets use the mise en abîme figure to describe um, a child parent relationship. It's a sort of recent thing I've started to notice from a very early video, and then saw that at work in Plath's Morning Song, and now here in Seamus Heaney's Digging. Um, but it's a mise en abîme that also comes with a difference in its repetition. Um, I mean, such a beautiful, sonically beautiful um, poem, with its patterns of alliteration and assonance throughout, and occasional rhyme, right? As in, where you have really, um, I always thought of that as a rhyme, but I guess it's not. The cold smell of potato mold, the squelch and slap of soggy peat, the curt cuts of an edge through living roots awaken in my head. So edge and head for some reason, occasional. I don't know if that's a slant rhyme or what that is. Edge and head always struck me as a kind of rhyme, end rhyme, but it's not quite. That's really really interesting. And then of course the repetition of the beginning and the end of the poem, which takes a kind of almost sonnet like turn at the end, where a poem that initially contrasts the speaker with father and grandfather, um, a song of praise and admiration for father, grandfather, also becomes a statement of carrying on a legacy, but in a different way. I'm afraid I don't have anything more profound to say about the poem than that. I think there's times where sometimes you come back to a poem that you really love just simply because of the wisdom it gives you, and it seems to me that Heaney does that here. Hmm. maybe I'll come back someday to digging a poem I feel like I already know well and see what happens when I try to get to know it again. When I jump to the last step in my process of slowly getting to know a poem, which is looking back and maybe running through my process all over again. After all, I don't even think I know how many lines there are in the poem. So there's uh, five, um, five there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Maybe I should just turn this into a channel where I count, and that's it. With not even a poem in front of me. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. A 31 line poem. Um, hmm. 31 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stanzas of varying length. So that's how the bean counting might start if I were to do it. Also worth pronouns. There is no you, no addressee here. Although of course Heaney's or the speaker is telling this to somebody. It's not a second person address or direct address. So third person pronouns and first person singular pronouns throughout. So gives it a sense of story or parable, a sort of personal vision or or statement of poetic ambition or intent. I'll dig with it. I'll dig with it. All right. Well, thanks for spending some time with me today and maybe helping me to hold onto yeah, sort of onto, but helping me hold my grief a little bit today. And maybe we'll pick back up with Donna Kelly tomorrow. See you then.